rapport as a skill, anytime you experience some sort of resistance, whether it's again physiological or verbal, you get a no or a yeah, but, or just a hard but, that's a signal that it's time to build rapport. In terms of effective coaching, sales, and leadership, let's go with those one by one, right? Coaching as a technology and as a set of skills, let's say, or as a methodology. Coaching, one of the skills of coaching is asking people hard questions, sometimes challenging people to step up to more than they think that they're capable of or that they give themselves credit for. And sometimes coaching, one of the core coaching conversations is the confrontation conversation, to confront someone on their own incongruencies or something that they said they would do and they didn't do it. So part of coaching is confronting people, challenging them to step up to more, and asking them difficult questions that maybe they don't have conscious answers to right away. And in order to do those three things, just for example, those three things, there has to be a sufficient level of rapport. If there's not enough rapport, you're going to, metaphorically speaking, overdraw your emotional bank account. So you haven't invested in, and now all of a sudden you ask for a withdrawal by confronting someone or challenging someone. If you don't have enough rapport in that emotional bank account, that person's going to shut down and they're going to move on and they're not going to listen to you. So in terms of coaching, it's the foundation of coaching. Well, one of the foundational skills is going to be able to not only build that rapport instantly, but to be able to now recognize when it's going and fluctuating and to be able to maintain it in the long run and to recognize how much you have so that you can challenge and make withdrawals when necessary in order to facilitate someone to step up to their highest and best potential. In terms of sales, and I kind of can bunch here sales, leadership, and influence all in one category. Because basically sales is a form of leadership, influence is a form of leadership, and leadership itself is a form of influence and selling someone an idea. Now, all of these things, see, leadership, if you think about it, is two-sided. And when most people think of leadership, they think of the far side, which is the leading someone part of it, right? We're going to influence someone, we're going to lead someone, we're going to pull them, we're going to get the sale, all that kind of stuff. But the other side of it, which is under recognized or acknowledged, is the rapport side of it. So you're going to lead someone, but if you don't have sufficient rapport to balance that out, then the communication will crumble. So actually effective leadership is building rapport with someone enough that they think that you're in their head. How does this person know the questions that I'm having, the fears that I'm having, the problems that I'm facing, and the dreams and desires that I have? Well, it's because you built that sufficient rapport to understand the person that you're trying to lead, to understand the person that you're trying to sell to, and to understand the present state, the goals, dreams, desired state, and the problems that are holding someone back, let's say, in a coaching context. So this is, again, why rapport is so foundational. And last thing I'll say on rapport in terms of applications, that you can even be out of rapport with yourself. In fact, quite often, many people are out of rapport with themselves. Hypnotherapist Milton H. Erickson, one of the original therapists that was modeled by the NLP founders, he had a quote that said, "The reason why anybody comes to my office as a hypnotherapist is for one reason and one reason only, that they are out of rapport with their subconscious mind." And so if you ever feel this internal conflict in yourself, part of me wants to do this, part of me wants to do that, or I want to do this and I want to do that, and I want to do the other thing, or should I do this or should I? This is all signals that part of you is out of rapport with a part of you because you're facing this resistance. There's that resistance. Again, remember, resistance is an indicator of a lack of rapport. And so learning the skills of not only building rapport with others, but being able to build rapport with the facets of yourself as a human being allows you to be more whole, to be more congruent within yourself, to be more decisive and to hold your decision. And it allows you to have access to more of your internal resources. Because as soon as you start fragmenting off into factions that are arguing with each other inside of yourself, now you're losing touch with certain aspects of your own resourcefulness. And so again, it's super important to learn the skills of building rapport with the facets of yourself as a human being so you can be more whole, more complete, more resourceful, and more in integrity, meaning there's more strength to the wholeness of you. And so these are a couple of the applications of the skill of rapport. And again, If you don't know what you want, it's going to be difficult to guide the conversation within yourself amongst the different facets. If you don't know what someone else wants and you try leading them somewhere where they don't want, you're going to break rapport. So these two skills kind of go hand in hand, knowing where we're going and then maintaining rapport throughout the process. And also, if you have a big goal, a big dream, a big vision yourself that you want to actualize, maybe it's a business, maybe it's an organization, maybe it's something to do with your relationship that you're in, with your significant other, with your friends, with your family, with your kids or whatever. Any big vision requires other people to get on board to help you to make it happen. No huge vision occurs single-handedly with a one-man, one-woman show. That we need to be able to get other people on board to help to innovate and solve the problems and actualize, do the work and actualize the outcome itself, which requires these rapport building skills to get people on board and to keep them happy and to listen and to understand them, where they're coming from. And that will help us again with the leadership and the sales and coaching them to step up and all that kind of stuff. So these are two really foundational skills.